Get ready for the wildest night in the Bundesliga, as Bayer Leverkusen just saw their Champions League dreams take a massive hit. Patrik Schick gave them the lead with a thunderous header, but they could not hold the line against a determined squad. It was a heart-stopping collapse for Kasper H. Jolmand and his side, who walked away empty-handed after completely dominating the stats.
Tired of dropping your phone or struggling to prop it up? Meet the Pop Sockets phone grip with expanding kickstand in black, your new must-have accessory. Don't miss out. Grab yours today. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
The story of the match was undoubtedly the heroics of Finn Dahmen. The Augsburg goalkeeper put on the performance of a lifetime at the BayArena, stopping everything that came his way. He made save after save to frustrate the Leverkusen attack, and single-handedly kept his team in the game when they were under siege from every angle. Drama peaked in the final seconds when Fabian Rieder became the ultimate hero for the visitors. After leveling the score early on with a deflected strike, he stepped up in the 97th minute to bury a high-pressure penalty. It was a cool-headed finish that stunned the home crowd and broke Leverkusen hearts in the dying moments. This shock victory for Augsburg marks a rare double over their opponents and proves that anything can happen in this league. With Leverkusen now forced to regroup for their upcoming DFB-Pokal semi-final clash against Bayern Munich, the fallout from this defeat is just beginning. Make sure to hit the like button and subscribe with notifications turned on so you never miss another update on this incredible season. Is there anything more painful in football than dominating the stats and still walking away empty-handed? That is exactly the reality for Bayer Leverkusen after a stunning 2-1 defeat at the BayArena that has officially thrown a wrench into their Champions League aspirations. It was supposed to be a straightforward climb toward the top three, but instead, Augsburg walked out with a massive upset. Leverkusen started with such promise, with Patrik Schick slamming home a clinical header, his fourth goal in 4 games, to put the hosts in front. It felt like business as usual, but this is the Bundesliga, where momentum shifts on a dime. Almost immediately, Fabian Rieder responded for Augsburg, leveling the score and leaving goalkeeper Mark Flecken looking completely baffled by the strike. What followed was a masterclass in missed opportunities. Nathan Tella had a night he will want to erase from his memory, failing to convert from point-blank range, while Finn Dahmen stood on his head at the other end to keep Augsburg alive. You could feel the frustration mounting as Leverkusen squandered chance after chance, even getting denied by a VAR review that checked for a potential handball. Football has a cruel way of punishing profligacy, and that is exactly what happened in the dying embers of stoppage time. Montreal Culbreth committed a clumsy challenge inside the box, gifting Augsburg a penalty, and Fabian Rieder didn't blink. He stepped up, cool as ice, to complete his brace and break Leverkusen hearts. This result snaps a 7-game unbeaten run for the hosts, and honestly, it is a massive gut punch just before their DFB-Pokal showdown with Bayern Munich. For Augsburg, this is more than just 3 points. It is a league double they will be talking about for a long time. If you think Leverkusen can bounce back from this heartbreak, let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for all the latest Bundesliga drama. Sometimes, the hardest lessons in sport are the ones you learn in the final minute. Will this haunt their season, or is it just a blip on the radar? Football has a funny way of punishing the side that does everything right except put the ball in the net. In a match that will be remembered for all the wrong reasons if you're a Bayer Leverkusen fan, Augsburg pulled off a miracle at the BayArena. Snatching a 2-1 victory in the dying seconds of a game they spent almost entirely on the back foot. It was the definition of a smash and grab, and honestly, it was an absolute masterclass in resilience. Leverkusen came in flying, chasing that Champions League dream and looking to extend their winning streak, and for long stretches, they looked unstoppable. Patrik Schick gave them the lead they deserved with a thumping header, but the script flipped almost immediately when Fabian Rieder leveled things up from distance. From that point on, it was a one-sided war of attrition. Leverkusen fired off a staggering 23 shots in the second half alone, yet they couldn't find a way past the wall that was Finn Dahmen. The Augsburg keeper was playing like he was possessed, racking up 7 crucial saves and turning what should have been a Leverkusen rout into a desperate struggle. Just when it looked like the hosts would have to settle for a frustrating draw, disaster struck. In the 97th minute, a clumsy challenge in the box gifted Augsburg a penalty. Rieder, coolness personified, slotted it home to silence the home crowd and seal a win that defies all logic, especially considering Leverkusen's staggering 3.66 expected goals. It's a bitter pill to swallow for H. Jolman's men, but a massive testament to Augsburg's grit and Dahmen's heroics. So, does this result prove that stats are just numbers, or is it just a reminder that in the Bundesliga, anything can happen in the final seconds? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more wild Bundesliga breakdowns. Is there anything more brutal in football than dominating a match for 90 minutes only to lose it with the final kick of the game? That is exactly the nightmare Bayer Leverkusen lived through this weekend. Entering the match with eyes locked on the Champions League spots, Leverkusen looked set to extend their impressive 7-game unbeaten streak. Early on, it seemed like a formality when Patrik Schick buried a clinical header just 12 minutes in. But football, as we know, rarely cares about your expected goals or your dominance in the final third. Despite racking up a massive 3.36 xG and firing off 35 shots, Leverkusen ran into a brick wall named Finn Dahmen. The Augsburg goalkeeper was nothing short of heroic, pulling off 9 saves to keep his team alive while his side countered with surgical precision. Fabian Rieder leveled the score early, but the real drama unfolded in the 97th minute. A rash challenge by Montreal Culbreth gifted Augsburg a penalty, and Rieder stepped up to coolly bury it, snapping Leverkusen's unbeaten run and leaving the home side in absolute disbelief. It was a masterclass in profligacy from Leverkusen, who finished with 61 touches in the opposition box, but simply couldn't find the composure to finish the job. Kasper H. Jolman has complained about his teams finishing all season, and this result proves exactly why he is so frustrated. If you don't take your chances, the game will eventually punish you, no matter how much you dominate the stats. What do you think was the turning point in this collapse? Was it poor finishing or a moment of defensive madness? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more football analysis. In the end, statistics might tell the story of the game, but goals, and only goals, tell the story of the result. They say football is a game of two halves, but sometimes it is a game of sheer, unadulterated madness. Bayer Leverkusen walked into the BayArena expecting a routine climb up the table, but they left with a painful reminder of why we fall in love with this sport. It has a wicked sense of irony. Leverkusen, currently riding a high and unbeaten in 7, looked like the runaway train they've been all season. When Patrik Schick nodded in that opener in the 12th minute, you could almost hear the home fans settling in for a comfortable evening. But 3 minutes later, boom, Fabian Rieder fires a long-range effort that deflects right over the keeper, and suddenly the script is flipped. What followed was nothing short of a siege. Leverkusen cranked up the pressure to a suffocating level, rattling off 29 shots. But if there's a hero in this story, his name is Finn Dahmen. The Augsburg goalkeeper put on a masterclass between the sticks, turning aside everything thrown his way. It was one of those performances where you start to wonder if the universe is actively conspiring against the home side. Then came the VAR drama in the 84th minute. A penalty called, then snatched away. You could feel the air leave the stadium as Leverkusen realized their luck had truly run dry. And just when you thought it couldn't get any crueler, the 97th minute happened. A penalty for Augsburg, a cold-blooded finish from Rieder, and just like that, the Goliath was on its knees. It's the kind of result that makes you question the stats and believe in the miracle. Have you ever seen a game so dominated by one side only for the underdog to steal the show at the death? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the unpredictable world of the Bundesliga. Remember, in football, the final whistle is the only thing that matters, and until it blows, anything is possible.